hopefully y'all can hear me, because sometimes this music just kind of just overrides my voice, so it can be a little bit frustrating. But I also want you guys to hear the music, because I don't know, like the silence sometimes can be so loud, especially if you're not speaking. And as a person who likes to sometimes get into the zone of drawing, I probably won't be speaking like throughout the whole thing, but I still like want the music to keep going. Also, hello everyone. Thanks so much for stopping by and just kind of staying in the, zone of a live stream starting soon. But yeah, today we're going to be doing an illustration. I finished the last manga page. These few weeks I've been taking a break. The last week actually, and yesterday as well. I took a break. So yeah, that was me having a break. Perhaps I should like make a community post about it before that happens so people would know. But yeah, if you don't see me streaming on Saturdays and Sundays, you should be able to find that in the community post about it. But other than that though, let's get right started. So the thing is about this drawing is I would get really into the zone with music, and sadly I don't think I can play the music on stream because of copyright issues, and I can only listen to the music that you guys are listening to right now. So I wouldn't say this music is the most zone inducing, I guess. I don't know how to say it, but I guess like we're gonna have to stick to this, so bear with me. You're a bit hard to hear. Okay. Should be better now. Let me see what I can do. One second. Should be better now. It should be. Or should we like turn the music just into silent? Do you guys mind that for this episode? Just turning the music totally off? Okay. There we go. But yeah, right now I've already kind of started the illustration already, where I am drawing the hair and also trying to like figure out base colors. I've been watching a lot of videos about contrast and the balance of colors, and basically, having the depth. Also, hello, welcome in. Depth, of the drawings, and just basically making it pop more and not like it like balancing the contrast. Basically, I think it's better. That's great. Thank you so much. That's great to hear. But yeah, today I'm just really testing it out. But I suppose, thank you so much. But I suppose, like, when I'm drawing, I was like, wait a minute, this doesn't seem to be working out so much. So I was like experimenting with, the gray contrast before like adding color. There's obviously like lots and lots of ways to do illustrations and lots and lots of ways to render your art piece. But for me, I don't ever like to do line art. Like whenever I do a sketch, I just render over that sketch. Also, thank you. But yeah, I render over the sketch instead of just doing line art. Because line art it's so time consuming, and the thing is, what's the most disappointing is when you finally remove the sketch. So like if you, let's say you have like line art, right, and then you just like remove the sketch, and then it looks so basic. And then I'm like, oh my gosh, it doesn't have that atmosphere that I want it to look, and I just feel so disappointed because I'm like, I spent like 2 hours on the line art and it ends up looking literally like trash. That's just my art style. I'm just gonna say it from my experience, okay? But yeah, I don't get how they do it. I guess it takes a lot of practice, but for now I just like to render over my sketches. So yeah, as you can see, but that means there's gonna be lots of layers. I mean, obviously, like I think with line art, there's already gonna be a lot of layers in general. So I guess not that much of a difference. I guess I'm not sure. Okay, you gotta fact check me on that. I don't know. Okay, but yeah, I was vibing with this gray blue tone. I think it kind of like looks good. And I was like also experimenting with like different brushes within the eyes. So y'all didn't miss out on too much. And basically this is like this thing over here, like these like vines are a part of her. So yeah, they're kind of like separating, you know, kind of like decomposing a little bit, like separating. So yeah, and she's looking like, I don't know, her facial reaction to me, I'm trying to give her this look of confusion, I guess. It's like a confusing, happy, and kind of like a breakdown type of look. Like you don't, not necessarily understanding what you're feeling, but something terrible is happening. So it's kind of like a breakdown face, I guess. Like so the face is like looking a little bit messed up, like the facial features, like the emotion that's conveying basically. But yeah. So what I'm gonna do now is I think I'm going to go for like a lighter blue tone under this color, the line art, like the sketch basically. I won't call it line art, it's a sketch, it's a very rough sketch. So yeah, I like to layer things over and over again. Sometimes some things would just like cover each other, and at the end of the drawing when I noticed that, I would just use like basically color pick the original color and then cover that thing that was covering the original art piece. Like for instance, this color is going to cover the ear, and then, you know, I can just fix that later on. But obviously I wouldn't intentionally do that. But yeah. So I'm gonna be doing some things that I've learned. Why don't you give her eyebrows a little liquidity for better facial features? Like give her eyebrows? I did. I gave her eyebrows. I don't know what liquidity means. I mean, I do know what it means, but I don't know what it means in this context. Like, what do you mean by that? I mean, it's your choice. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Well, the thing is, like, I guess I'm still rendering it, and sometimes I would refine the facial feature a bit more, so it may be looking a little bit rough right now. But yeah. I started a new sketchbook. I'm not sure if you guys saw in the shorts. I've been posting shorts a little bit. If you guys haven't checked that out, you can definitely go check that out. But yeah, I started a new sketchbook. And my ideas on that is I think I'm starting out pretty fresh. Like pretty clean. Nothing too much. It's okay. Yeah, it's okay. I sub. Thank you. Appreciate that. But yeah, I usually stream on Saturdays and Sundays, so if you want to turn on the notification bell for that, that would be totally cool as well. I've been watching Corey. Because Corey been posting. He said he wants to make 100 videos within this year. So I guess I'm really looking forward for that, because I really like the new episode of like the Little Nightmares. It's been a while since I've been able to catch one of your streams. I tend to stream at 2 or 5 a.m. for you. Yeah, I've been streaming a little bit later than that recently, so it's like probably very early mornings or you know, very late nights for most people. So yeah. Alright. Yeah, I think this base hair color is nice. Alright, and then afterwards, I'm going to layer with like a darker, more saturated blue. Okay, perhaps like I should do this or something. I'm not sure. Wait. I'm not sure if I should airbrush this. Would it look good with airbrush? I'm not sure. Let's see. And then like do like blend over here. Okay. Doesn't look that bad. Ugh, don't like that brush. It's pretty early morning for me, but stream is kind of good motivation to get up. That's a pretty good thing. Like, obviously, you know, the thing is, this is the funny story. Okay, before I stutter out my way of every single thing. Oh my gosh. I made a community post and I asked people vote for a time zone that you are usually in, so I can kind of like measure, you know, where most of my subscribers are in and where they are from and the time zone of that, and then I can, you know, kind of adjust my streaming time to that. But all of them is 25%. All of them is 25%, guys. Like, what? Like, what am I supposed to do? Am I not supposed to sleep or something? So, you know, I was like, let's check the results, and every one of them was 25%, and I just stood there and I'm like, okay, yeah, y'all need to go vote, okay? Come on, y'all need to go vote. There are 500 plus more of you. Y'all need to go vote. Y'all need to go vote, bro. But yeah, if it's motivation, great, but if I'm like, I don't know, probably consider it like a night owl streamer, then sorry about that. Because some people say they miss my streams because it's really late, and like they miss out because it's really late, and I get that. Because currently it is afternoon for me. It's like afternoon 1 for me, so it's like a totally opposite time zone going on. I'm kind of getting into my bad habit of rendering just like this, because I really like to render like this. It just makes it look really smoother. I don't know, what did you guys think about my last OC character render of Haku? Was it Haku? Yeah, it was Haku, right? Yeah, Haku. It's from like the art fight OC. I thought that stream really did pretty well, and also I thought the rendering process was also really well as well. Wow, that's a lot of wells in one sentence. But yeah, Little Nightmares 3, wow, I really enjoyed that. Yeah, well, there's no time that's good for everybody, sadly. That is true. That is very true. Which is why I wanted to make basically the poll for the vote, for people to go vote and see what's the best for most of the people in my subscriber kind of like area. Anyway, I saw this artist on Shorts. They use a single brush, like just basically the same brush on digital art piece, like a digital illustration. They made it look so good. And the thing is, the brush is like chunky, so it's kind of like leaves like these really obvious brush strokes, very chunky brush strokes, and it still looked really good. Like, I'm not sure if they like drew the brush strokes like really small, or like, and then just like layer it over and over and over again, or that they just like do it a normal size and that they just keep layering over and over again, which is really impressive. Okay, let me try to render a hair in a different way this time. I'll try, because I'm getting into a bad habit of doing this bad technique. Well, it's not really the bad technique, but I really like this technique a lot, but it's really time consuming. It's basically like having a strand of hair, right? And then you kind of just go like up top, just like a few strokes, and down low a few strokes, and like leaving like a little bit of a lighter spot in the middle for the light to kind of, for that to be the lighting basically. And I don't know, it's really time consuming. I think I really need to change my technique. Like, I see these artists make some just banger art, and it takes them much less time than I am. All right. Let me take a sip of water. Most of my characters always have something with blue for some reason. Like, most of the things that I draw is always usually related with a similar color to blue, or just blue in general. What can I say? What can I say? Blue is just such a nice color. I've been working with blue for almost my entire life. Yeah. I wonder what's the color most artists, like other artists, really work with their whole entire life. That's a really saturated blue. Sometimes instead of blending, I kind of like to use the soft eraser instead. I don't know how to say it. It just looks really nice. It looks really smooth. I don't know what about this. This looks a little bit off. Maybe I can fix that with basically probably changing its shape a little bit. I don't know. I need to fix that. Have you seen an artist called the ninja called Basil? Is that what their name is called? Let me search them up real quick. Let me see. Oh, I just found them. They do digital art as well. I mean, I'm open to hear what they're about, if you don't mind explaining. Oh, music suddenly just got louder. Oh, my bad. I don't know how that happened. Oh, probably like a misclick or something. You're real loud just now. Wait, how is that possible? Is it better? Should be better. Alright. Alright, should be better. Yeah, I'll check them out. I saw their profile and they basically do digital art. So yeah, I'll definitely check that out. I think they do furry art as well. I saw their banner. There was like furries in there as well. Yeah, it's good now. Cool. I don't know, bro. Okay, this is... Alright, should I use the airbrush? I actually used to love to use airbrush so much. And it made my art look so dusty. Like, digital art piece looking dusty is, like, crazy. A little bit crazy. Okay, perhaps I really need to use the airbrush for this. I'm not sure. Yeah, see, it's really uneven. It makes it look like... Okay, perhaps like I need to use like a softer blender. Talking about blender. Okay, yeah, this is much better. I can work with this and then like layer it on top later on. Layer something on top. Ooh, I don't like it how it just splits the color though. Ooh. But yeah, Little Nightmares 3. Change of topic suddenly. So Little Nightmares 3, I watched it. I watched Corey play through it. We all had that trauma of the previous character, which is called Six. She betrayed us. She betrayed basically our character, like the main character that we were controlling in the last season. And it was tragic. It was like probably one of the biggest betrayals that hit the internet. Probably like not the biggest betrayals, but you know, it's a pretty hyped up betrayal that basically took place. And I guess what I'm getting from the lore of Little Nightmares is that Six, which is the name of the girl from the last season. If you guys don't know Little Nightmares, go check it out. But basically she makes these villains and people are trying to catch her. So so she doesn't make another villain basically out of another small like kid like her, I guess. I'm not sure if they're kids or not. I think they are. I'm assuming they are kids because they're like little nightmares and then like the monsters are basically adults. And that little kid in the previous season basically became one of the monsters, became the tall man that you see. And okay, this is like such a big spoiler. If you have not watched it yet, sorry about that. That was a big spoiler. But yeah, it's I thought the concept of the story was really cool, and I really like the character designs. Like, I don't know how they think about these things, you know? And this newest recent character design that they have is also really creative. There's like this puppet master thing. Like, he doesn't necessarily control puppets, but like he has like a puppet hand on his arm, and like it moves. Like it's its own being. It's like his pet or something, which is like so weird. It's a very... They have really nasty kind of character designs, which is like, I guess, suitable for the Little Nightmares series because it's really unsettling. It makes things like look much more uncomfortable. My favorite monster, or like the monster that really creeped me out the most, was Little Nightmares 2. They had this character called the Teacher. I think that's her name, because she does have a teacher role. No, that's the same layer. It's fine. We'll just like work through that. Right. And basically that character can extend her neck. so long, and it's like it's that, I don't know. There's this yokai that also could do that, and those types of creatures really creep me out. Talking about creeping me out, Halloween's like here already, I think. Halloween is here, right? Because I don't know. I mean, Halloween is coming around, most likely. Or probably is here. I'm not sure. I don't celebrate Halloween. I don't like Halloween. Giraffe lady. Listen, Giraffe feels like it's undermining her scary presence. I'd call her, I don't know what to call her, to be honest. Like, Giraffe, though, is... I don't know, Giraffe sounds, like, really, really cute. But, like, she's terrifying. She is terrifying. I don't know why they can't speak, though. Why can they not speak? They make these creaking sounds. Like, these squeaking sounds? Not creaking sounds. They're not chairs. They're these creaking sounds. No, squeaking sounds. I don't think I've seen a digital artist who didn't accidentally draw on the wrong layer. Really? I don't think I've ever seen a digital artist who didn't accidentally. Oh. Okay. I would have been surprised if you did. I was like trying to convey what you were typing there, but yeah. But I guess it's compromisable. Like, if it's like a whole art piece, like let's say that this whole piece is one layer, then we might have a problem. We might have a problem here. I used to draw all on one layer. And let me tell you, the struggle was just beyond me. It was beyond me. Yeah, probably most likely it's gonna happen like at least once in a digital art piece instead of once in a million years. Okay, I'm gonna do like a gray, like a darker gray tone over here. But yeah, I'm seeing these like new characters come out from season 3, which is like Little Nightmares 3, and I guess the creepiest character that I've found so far was the supervisor. I think the second person wasn't creepy. They seemed chill. It's that hand puppet thing that doesn't seem so chill. I guess it just looks kind of gross. Both of them. I think I draw something on the wrong layer at least once each time you draw. Yeah, that can only happen to digital art pieces. Traditional, never. I mean, traditional, of course, never, because it's just like one layer. What are you gonna do about that? Alright. Go. Yeah, I think winter is coming around. And then it's going to be 2026. Are y'all ready for next year? Do y'all have your next year resolutions? Revolutions? Is it resolutions or revolutions? It's probably revolutions, right? Do y'all have your plans ready for next year, basically? Alright. Here we go. Alright. Okay. Like, do like a contrast shade. That would be looking pretty nice. Probably like use like this purple. Traditional is already easy to mess up. We don't need anything else that makes it harder. Imagine physics were a whole different thing and we were like living in a parallel universe, and then when we draw, right, and when you like take out a paper and you just have to go through this whole process and try not to make like a different like a wrong move, basically, on different layers. That would be pretty interesting. Overthrowing a government? Wait, what do you mean? I don't know. What you mean by that? Is that like your next year goal or something? Talking about trying something new. Yesterday I cooked something new. It was like this ramen recipe, but I can tell you that was, I wouldn't say like the best recipe. I watched it off of YouTube Shorts. Okay, I watched like a chef make it off of YouTube Shorts. They say, making the best ramen, I'm going to ask this chef, blah, 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 to make this so much more better. And I'm like, okay, bet. And it sounded pretty good. They have like Parmesan cheese, tomato sauce, olive oil. I was like, okay, this should be okay. And then it was also the spicy ramen. And so I tried that. And I tell you, it wasn't bad, but ramen itself is already really salty. Like if you do not understand the saltiness and just the sodium and also just the sauce packet that it already comes with, it is already intensely really flavored, and adding all those other flavors, it just feels like you're eating a sauce packet out of a jar or something, and but just adding with noodles. The word you were thinking was resolutions or revolutions, not revolutions. Oh, resolutions. Got it. Resolutions. They sound really similar. Kind of adding this purple tone. Okay. But yeah, the ramen recipe, like, how would I say it? Because it's like oil, right? If you cook oil, it's going to be super hot. It's already going to be hotter than like a basic soup base. And so when you're trying to eat it, it feels like it's going to burn you whenever you eat it. So it's just, I don't know, it wasn't the most easiest to consume. Wait, should that be shaded there? No, I don't think so. I think it should be shaded like the other way. Or like a softer blender. I've been trying out, talking about shading and Blender as well. I've been trying to figure out the shaders in Blender. I don't know if you guys know, but shaders and blenders, like not in blenders, what? Shading in Blender, well, they're called shaders, is quite a challenge, I'd say. And I don't think I've even learned sculpting yet in Blender. If I manage all of those things, I think I can make like a 3D model and then start streaming with it, which would be pretty cool. One moment. Okay, I'm back. Do you guys like to listen to music like with more lyrics or just like more instrumental? Because I like to listen to music with more instrumental vibe than more like lyrics. Cause I don't know, lyrics nowadays, it just, to me, it's either really depressing and really meaningful or just like really, I don't know, they sound really the same. Really egotistical, I guess. Egotistical. Hopefully that's a word. Because I swear I heard that before. Oh, there it is. I was like searching for the soft blender this whole time. I was like, where the heck is it? And it was like right up top, the other brush. The hair is looking a little bit basic. Usually you prefer lyrical. Okay, like, what are the lyrics saying? Or like, what song is it? I suppose. Okay, let's see here. Alright. I just like want to add like more purple tone over here to make the contrast. It looks really nice. I like the kind of like a somewhat of like an opposite color to complement the blue a little bit more. Kind of blend it out a little bit more slightly. Okay. You're also lyrical. Not a lyrical, but lyric. More leaning to lyrics. Recently I've just been listening to Epic, the musical, on repeat. Musicals. Musicals. Like, is it from like a movie or show? Because I think this isn't really considered a musical, but there was this kind of like a music track that really caught my ears. Get it? Caught my ears. Anyway, because it was from this movie called Everything Everywhere All at Once. And I thought that movie had one of the most, I guess, emotional inducing, like, it had this, a lot of emotion in the music that makes the viewer basically rises just this emotional state within the scene, and just like feel like anxious, sad, or basically being invested, help being invested in the movie. And I think a lot of that really relies on the music to help the atmosphere a lot more. And I thought the music within that movie was so unique. It was so unique. It really, really conveyed the message, like everything everywhere all at once. Like, probably I'd get it. Some people may not like it because it's like too much. It's like too chaotic. It's like just a lot, which is kind of the point of the whole movie. So that's why the music soundtrack was like that. But if you guys haven't heard it, I think you can go try it out and see if you like that kind of music. The soundtrack from Everywhere, Everything, All at Once. And I watched the movie, and the movie was obviously amazing. It doesn't have a movie or official show. It's just the music. It's all on YouTube. It's retelling of the Odyssey. It's a retelling of the Odyssey. Okay. I guess I can check that out. Musicals. I think the last musical that I watched was... What is that movie called? It was basically about this girl, this little girl. She has bad parents, and like she goes to this school, and the school like principal was also like super bad, like basically the villain of the whole story. I think that was like a really popular movie / show. Okay, now we are all on the same layer once again. Great. All right, we'll fix that. We'll fix that. I think I want to shade the eyebrows over here. Not the eyebrows. This is eyelashes. What? Okay. There's the eyelashes over here. Okay, probably like a darker tone. Probably like a multiply effect going on. Okay, that could be nice. And then we'll erase it with like a soft eraser. I don't know if zooming in this close is a good idea, because I would sometimes really be invested in details more than the whole piece itself, and then I kind of lose my energy to continue this same amount of detail in everywhere else on the art piece. It's like a really common mistake that I make. And her eyelashes are so chunky. I'm not sure if I like that. Alright, yeah, let's fix that. Let's fix her eyelashes, not her eyebrows. Hopefully I didn't say eyebrows. Alright. There we go. There we go. She doesn't have a 20-pound eyelash now. There was a time where I had art block, and I did like this method. It wasn't like any like drawing method. It was basically drawing with whichever pen that you drawed out of your pencil. So you kind of just like close your eyes, right? And then you go into your pencil case, and then you just like start searching, and then you like pick one out, and then that's the pen that you have to draw with. And I thought that was like such a fun challenge. One of your favorite musicals is... I will try, like, I'm not going to try to pronounce that. Mine is Epic the Musical. What is this Epic the Musical? Let me see, because I'm really curious. Oh, was like an animation. Right? It's an animation, right? I never heard of it. So I'll check it out. And the Sixth musical? Is that like the name or like the actual sixth musical of the epic musical? Based on Odyssey. Got it. Yeah, because I saw the thumbnail. It looked like a Greek mythology art. Oh, Six is the name. Okay. Y'all all know this musical. Alright. I'll check it out. Oh, that's really cool. Isn't Epic like a game developer though? If I'm not wrong, it's about wives of that one English king. Huh, so there's like tea in there or something. If I'm guessing. Yeah, I don't know why I do not know that. I do not never heard of that before. Or perhaps I heard, but just didn't know the name of it. Probably I heard it somewhere. Yeah, that's really great that you guys are finding works of art that is like I bet like those animations are a lot of hard work, so happy y'all can find something good. Because I've been finding this animation studio, it's like a French animation studio. They make kind of like semi-horror art, or like just probably not horror, but like their art style is like really interesting. A new musical coming out soon. Yeah, I'll definitely check that out. But yeah, I'm gonna see the epic musical. Okay, let's do like a shader here. Kind of erase this part. Alexander Hamilton. I'm pretty sure everyone knows about it. Don't bring me back. Yeah, I don't know, like, the musical. I'm trying to render the eye, but there's like this, I don't know, there's like this odd, I guess I think I should separate those two. Okay, where is that layer that I did that? Okay, yeah, right there. Hamilton is a great musical. Is it all from Epic? If I'm getting at, like, that's the creator. But yeah, I'll check their channel out. From the Epic musical in general. So I probably would most likely find it. Whoa. I do not want a software update right now. Thank you very much. Did you know, like, they have these screens on refrigerators now, where you would have ads on your refrigerator. I don't know, I feel like the cyber era is really coming into reality. All I know from Epic is that one, like, you don't dare call my mother a tramp. That kind of goes hard. Based on the name, it sounds like a aggressive, it would be probably more of a aggressive sound track or something. Oh, I'll take a listen. I'm so confused. Okay. I think it's pretty bad that I do not know what y'all are saying. What is a telemarket? I think it's like a little bit too dark, because it's like a multiply, so I'll try something else. Got it. Yeah, I think I'm missing out a whole lot of lore here. Ah, alright. I think it would be explained mostly in the musical. Appreciate that. shades of red with it. I appreciate the suggestion. Like I'm trying to like balance out the whole art piece and see what I'm gonna do later. It makes it more eye-catching. Yeah, I appreciate that. Yeah, because it's like a kind of like a complementary color in a way. Because like it's over here. Getting a little hungry. I miss mac and cheese, bro. Like, mac and cheese is so good. Like, where I'm at, mac and cheese is almost extinct. It's just like... Bro. I don't get it. People here have, like... Because in Asia, you know, some people really don't like the cheesy type of foods. But I guess gradually Korea really helped where I'm at to be more open to cheesy foods, but they're just not open to mac and cheese. Like, I don't see mac and cheese anywhere. Yeah, where I'm at as well, I never read about Odyssey as well. In school. Did not talk about Odyssey. Like, I think where I'm at, where I went to school, we were really focused on the cultures that we have in our own country than other cultures at first. I think the hair is looking pretty smooth. Probably like a little bit more rendering and it looked nice. I think I'm gonna be working on the face now. Faces. Okay. I like this like chalky brush. It's really smooth. Probably gonna work out the shadings of most of these parts before I go into like super like detail mode. Yeah, I think it needs like a harder atmosphere because sometimes if you have like soft shadows everywhere, it makes it look, yeah, it doesn't make it pop. So I'm gonna have some hard shadows and then some soft shadows. So just probably like balance it out a little bit more. Oh crap, no, it's the same layer. Bro. I mean, at least we found out there, because that would have been tragic. It wasn't too late. You know, it wasn't too late at all. There's something stuck here. Okay, I get it. There's like another layer there. All right, we'll just do something about that in a sec. Hiya. Confident strokes. Hiya. Alright. Probably gonna soften like around the edges over here, because it's like fading. It's like having a little bit more distance between the face, and then that's when we kind of like want to fade the shadow a little bit. Probably like have like some, there we go. Voila. Probably like balancing that out. Probably it's like, yeah, sure. That looks nice. That looks nice. I don't know how about that. I'll try to balance that out. And then over here, it's like a more harder shadow, so probably I wouldn't like really make it light. Like smooth it out basically. So I'm probably gonna add some more shadows here. All right. I know our like face looks a little bit sketchy because of these, you know, sketch lines, but we're gonna be overlaying them and covering them up, because I'm not gonna lie, they're kind of thick. The line art is really thick on the sketches, so I'm gonna be covering some up. So that would be the makeup part. I'm not sure if I'm gonna be doing that in this stream though, but if you guys want to basically stay tuned, I sometimes, like, whenever I'm finished streaming, I would be working on this a little bit more later on. But if you guys want to see this, our piece, like, keep going. Like, basically, it's part 2. Definitely subscribe and ring the notification bell. Like, turn it on. So then again, thank you so much for stopping by. And if you enjoy the stream, leave a like. Really appreciate that. And if you haven't checked out the animations for Yuki's Endless Void, or have read Yuki's Endless Void yet, which is basically my manga / comic, it has a kind of like a trailer animation. So before you want to read that, you probably want to watch that to get you more into what I'm trying to convey in the trailer. You know, the mood of the whole genre, the whole series. So yeah, definitely go check that out. Yuki's Endless Void. It is on Webtoons. It is totally free. You don't have to buy a book. You don't have to pay for shipping. And yeah, thank you so much then again, and I will see you next time. Bye.